I want to talk to you guys about the danger of a kickback on a table saw. We all know a table saw can cut off the fingers. That is danger number one. The big danger number two on a table saw is a kickback. A kickback occurs when your wood gets bound between the fence and the blade. Any bind in this area, and the wood gets bound, grabs the blade, and gets thrown by the blade. The blade is spinning at some very high rate, and kickbacks are hard enough that this wood will go through the wall behind me. You don't want to be that wall. When I make a cut, I talked about how I tuck my left thumb in this groove to keep my left hand out of the way, but you'll see I'm standing at a 45-degree angle to make my cut. I'm not standing here because I don't want to take a kickback in the gut. I'm going to be off to the side, so in worst case scenario, if it kicks and I do get caught, it's going to be kind of a glancing blow. As I said, a kickback occurs when you have a bind between the blade and the fence. Now this board fits pretty well against the fence, and it's going to guide on there pretty well, and it's going to be hard to get a kickback. However, if I took a different piece like this and tried to make a cross cut, you can see that this is going to be a lot easier to get a bind as I'm making that cut. That leads to a kickback. As a general rule, we never cut any piece of wood that isn't at least as big as the amount of blade that we have showing. So this cut should not be made here. This cut we would take to the chop saw and make the cut there. Again, the kickback is a bind between the blade and the fence. So when I make a cut and I finish my cut and I've got a second piece, my cutoff piece here, one thing I say is you have to clear your wood from the saw and get it out of this range of the kickback bind. This second piece doesn't matter. It can't kick back because it can't bind. It's against the blade, but there's nothing for it to bind with. This piece will always be safe. You want to clear this piece out of the blade, and you have a safe cut.